Child, y'all gonna get enough for all these plotting and scheming on these men, trying to find out if they down low and whatnot. Living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. Hold on, y'all, it's your favorite Auntie Momo. We are back again for another episode review of Catfish, y'all. This is season 8, episode 66, Reese and Jessica. Before we get into the review, y'all already know how my church announcements go. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure your notification bells are turned on and all that good jazz so you don't miss none of my hot fire. Look here, when I tell you this video right here is the ultimate definition of CP time, I know it's late. You know it's late too. I'm still finna get this bitch out to you though. That's all that matter. Okay, late or not. This episode, quite honestly, it could have been an email, it could have been a text message. Bitch, it could have been word of mouth, okay? Side note, y'all gonna hear my fan in the background because it's hot as jalapeno pussy right now, okay? I don't know what's going on with the equator, goddamn global warming, who done pissed Satan off, but this nigga is breathing his hot ass breath all over Austin, Texas, and it's hot as hell. So yes, the AC is down, the fan is on, and goddamn it, you gonna get this CP ass review, okay, on colored people time. Anyways, though, y'all, even though this episode was boring, I still got a good review for you, though. So hopefully y'all are ready for it, because I'm ready to give it to you. So let's go and get up into it. All right, y'all, so we got Reese. He's 30 years old. Reese is kind of fine. I was like, okay, Reese. 30 years old. He is a fitness transformation coach. He has been talking to Jessica Fox, okay? She's 25. She's a nurse. They only live 25 minutes away from each other, mind you, okay? He's from Jersey. He's a whole juice head out here, okay? Gym, tan, laundry, all that shit. Again, they only live 25 minutes away from each other, have never met. You right up street from the heifer. You still ain't went and met her. But anyways, though, he said they tried video chatting once, but he missed the call. He called back, but it was no answer, but she did leave a voicemail. They listened to the voicemail, whatnot, and even came when they went over there to meet up with him. I'm not going to make this review long at all, y'all, okay? So just listen quick, okay? He said that when he called back and he listened to the voicemail was a Google, was it a Google Voice Now message, something, Google voicemail, something like that. And he asked her what the hell was up with your voicemail, kind of sketchy. Didn't really get it, but again, she fine as hell. So he willing to look past all the obvious red fucking flags because she fine as hell. Anyways, though, he says that, he asked her about the whole Google Voice thing, and, you know, it was sketchy as hell. Why did she have the voicemail? She was like, oh, I don't know, but you can hit me up on this number. Again, gives a different number. That number sketchy as hell. I mean, from the jump, all of this shit had all kind of red flags that I really don't see that he wasn't getting. But again, Reese is a really sweet guy. Really sweet guy, got a really sweet heart, but child, if this shit wasn't obvious, I was like, really? Because first and foremost, we are in 2022. Who ain't got no goddamn voice FaceTime? Even if you ain't got no iPhone to FaceTime, you got goddamn WhatsApp, you got IG, you got the Snapchat, you got, hell, you even got Twitter, you got Facebook. Why is niggas still getting catfished in 2020? I think it's a choice at this point. I'm just saying, so child, Neve and Kim just go ahead and move on to the investigation because, again, it was so obvious. They searched the photos. Lo and behold, the first photo that they searched comes out to this chick named Dee Dee on the beach. Okay? That ain't the chick who he's been talking to. It was that obvious that. So they sent her a message. Okay, they searched Cash App to the phone numbers that they got, because mind you, they got 2 different phone numbers. They searched Cash App and phone number comes back registered to a chick named Raven, right? They searched the name Raven on Google and they end up finding an IG for her. Very beautiful girl, okay? Looks like she's into real estate. Her whole IG is popping and all that, right? Now, they end up searching the phone number, and the phone number as well comes back registered to Raven, but there's a completely different IG page that's registered to that phone number. This page also is popping, and it says that she's a singer. So Neve became confused as hell because they like, okay, which page is real and which page is fake. I think they end up sending both of the pages a message. And when they send, oh, that's what they did. One of the IG pages that seemed like it was more legit, they looked through the post and they see that this girl named Veronica had commented on one of the posts, right? So they had ended up sending Veronica a message, you know, go ahead, holler back at us because we're trying to do some investigation on the episode, right? Lo and behold, Veronica calls back. She has an iPhone, so she's actually able to FaceTime. Neve and Cammy ask her, does she know who Raven is? She said, yes, Raven is my friend. I've known her for years. We've gone out and had drinks and blah, 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 blah. That's my girl. And even Cammy's like, okay, can you tell her to give us a call? And she was like, yeah, I'll have her give her your call. She was real sketchy from the get-go. Before they even hung up the phone and said the bitch was sketchy, I was like, that woman is sketchy. It's something about the way she's answering, the way her eyes is all shifty and shit. You can tell she was goddamn sketchy as hell. So they say, okay, well, get in contact with Raven and have Raven call her. She said, okay, I'll have her call y'all later on today, right? And again, as soon as Neve and Cammy hang up, they like, this heifer is sketchy. Child wasn't even goddamn 5 minutes doggone later. They get a phone call back and the girl said that she's Raven. But check this out. Raven sounds exactly like Veronica, who they just talked to on the phone, except for her voice is a little bit higher pitched. Now, of course, they already seeing that they putting 2, 4, 6, and 8 together. They like, this bitch really trying to play us. So they're like, okay, well, Raven, can you FaceTime? Of course, she said she can't FaceTime for whatever reason, whoop-de-whoop, yada, yada, yada. So Neve was like, okay, well, I'm going to keep it real with you, all right? We're trying to find out about this this girl that Reese has been talking to. The girl's name is Jessica Fox. Does any of that sound familiar to you? Then Raven says, you know what? This isn't exactly how I wanted this to come out. You know, I can't really talk right now. I got to go, and hangs up the phone, which we already knew. Again, that was the chick that they had just talked to on the doggone phone. So again, this shit could have been an email. Child, they end up getting back to Reese and giving Reese all the tea that they just found out and they just talked to, you know, from the chick on the phone. Child, Reese is so goddamn Jersey. He's so animated. No, really? You're lying. Like, just real animated and shit. I ain't mad at him, though. Next, they end up texting Raven back, you know, trying to see what's up. It was like, you know, because this is the next day. Neve ends up sending Raven a text message and is like, look here, because again, it's the next day. He's like, you know, I know we kind of got off the phone quick the day before. I'm just trying to hit you back, make sure everything is okay, see if we can still hook up, you know, talk together today, right? Or get together later on today and talk, right? So later that night, Neve ends up getting a text message back from Raven, and it says that she's willing to talk, you know, can you go ahead and call me? So she ends up calling Neve, because of course Neve goes down there and gets Cammy on the line so they can all be on the phone with her. She says that she's willing to meet with Reese as long as he's open-minded and that his mind is open to different kinks because she doesn't want to get judged, and just hopefully he's open-minded. And even Cammy was like, what the fuck you mean open to different kinks? Like, so you trying to walk him like a dog, or what the hell is it you trying to goddamn do? So Raven agrees to meet at a park the next day, right? So child, they end up getting to the park. They get there and somebody, of course, is standing with their back turned. They walk up on them, turn around, and it's this guy named Remy, right? Now, Remy says that him and his homegirl actually met Reese in a club. He came up to them, offered to buy them drinks. They all had a good time. And so from there, he kind of developed a little crush on Reese. And so he wanted to get to know him more. And so he had already had the Jessica Fox page. And so he used the Jessica Fox page to sort of get to know him a little bit more, right? Now, Neve and Cammy was asking who the hell this Raven chick is. He said the Raven is his homegirl, and she's the one that would talk to him on the phone, or not even talk to him on the phone, that would call him or leave the voice message. She's the one that basically helps him sort of keep up with the catfish, but it's still sort of unclear to me if Raven is a catfish herself or if Raven was actually Veronica. They didn't get that part out. But again, we already know that Raven was Veronica because she sounded exactly like her when she called back any doggone way, right? Now, Neve and Cammy was like, how come you didn't just, you know, see if he was interested in you the way that you are? Because Remy says that he, to protect himself, he'll come on to men as you know, Jessica Fox, and to get to know them, to see if they're comfortable. And if they're comfortable, then he'll come out and say, oh, well, I have a friend, he's a guy, would you like to meet him? Basically, long story short, this is how he gets down low men, okay? He was hoping that Reese was down low and he would pretend to be Jessica Fox for a while, and eventually Jessica would introduce her friend Remy to him, and hopefully Remy and Reese will have something going on. Now, I will give it to Reese. Reese is a good dude. He ends up forgiving him and tells him, you know, when you break it down and you explain it like that, you know, you're trying to protect yourself. I understand it. You know, I forgive you. He does tell him that you owe me drinks now. Like, he was a good dude about it. But again, it was like, I don't know. Again, this shit could have been a text message because... Child, was boring. So like I said, Neave was like, how come you just don't introduce yourself to him, who you are? Again, he's like, because that's not how down low works. He was just hoping that Dan Reese was down low, and he wasn't. But Reese ends up forgiving him. 2-month checkup. Reese says that him and Remy actually did go out, have some drinks. He bought him drinks all night. He forgave him, and Reese says that he's actually talking to somebody now. He's in a relationship. Whoop-de-whoop, good for you. Remy says that he's not out here catfishing bitches no more, and he's just out here chilling. Y'all, when I tell you this episode was boring. It was boring as hell. But look here. If it was anything that I missed, y'all already know what to do. Drop it down below and let me know. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And your Auntie Mo gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace out.